Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Summer here to talk about lesson 501, review from first semester. The goals for this lesson are you will be able to count atoms of chemical compounds, identify the parts of chemical equations, and balance a chemical equation. If you recall, for counting atoms, the subscript is the lower little number to the right of the element it applies to. So here is your subscripts. Tells you the number of atoms of an element in the molecule. Coefficients is the normal size number to the left of the molecule it applies to. It tells you the number of molecules there are. So here there's 2 hydrogen molecules, but there are 4 hydrogen atoms. Counting atoms with parentheses. It shows the polyatomic ion group. If a number is outside the parentheses, that means there are multiples of that polyatomic ion. So here, this is the nitrate ion, but with parentheses, we now know that we have 2 nitrate groups, here and here. So you try, count the atoms for the following examples. So here's the solution for counting the atoms of the following examples. In the interest of time, to make this video not a 20-minute long video, I'm going to just give you the answers that you can check your work with. If you are confused, please come back into the Google Meet, ask me questions, and I can go over it during a live Google Meet. So here are parts of a chemical equation. Remember, a chemical equation is a description of a reaction using element symbols and chemical formulas. So we have reactants and products. The reactants are what you start with. It's the starting substances in a chemical reaction. So in this case, we have carbon and oxygen as my reactants. And products are the ending substance in a reaction. In this case, it's carbon dioxide. Remember, this sign, the arrow, is yield. When we say the words react to form or yields. When I read the chemical reaction, I can say carbon and oxygen react to form carbon dioxide, or carbon and oxygen yield carbon dioxide. So remember balancing chemical equations. Step 1 is you write the formulas. You write the correct formula for the reactants and the products. Don't try to balance it yet. You must write the correct formulas first. Otherwise, you'll never be able to balance it. Step 2 is draw a table under the reactants and the products. Find the number of atoms for each element on the left side, your reactants. Find the number of atoms for each element on the right side, your products. Change coefficients to balance. So you start placing coefficients in front of formulas. Retotal the number of each atom every time you place a coefficient. Now remember, you can only put coefficients in front of a formula. Okay? You can't add it in the middle or on the sides, it's only in the front. Then check your answer. The number of atoms on both sides of the equation are now balanced. The coefficients are in the lowest possible whole number ratios, so reduced. So if you ended up with a 2, 2, 2, and 4, that could be reduced to 1, 1, 1, and 2. So you don't want to have coefficients that are in larger quantities than you actually need. So you try balancing this chemical equation. So here's the answer to that previous you try problem. And you can see all of the work worked out. So you can check your work. Please let me know if you have any questions regarding the balancing part or any questions in this lesson. Come back into the Google Meet, ask your questions. That'll be great. And this is supposed to be a yield sign.